Om Shanti. Welcome to tonight's session brought to you by the Brahma Kumaris of Miami. Today, we're going to talk about one of the many ways that we can use meditation to really become more stable inside and to feel more free in life and feel like we are the ones who are in the seat of the master, which is what we all want to do. So one of the many ways that Raj Yoga meditation teaches us how to become the master of ourselves is that we learn how to become a detached observer. And this is a very valuable skill that we can gain through meditation. Because when I start to become an observer of things, then those things that I'm observing do not dominate or control me anymore. So, for example, if I learn through meditation, to step back and observe the body, then I can choose how to interact with, how to respond to the body without getting into the confusion that I am the body. Similarly, in meditation, we can learn how to observe and detach from our feelings, from our thoughts. So this is extremely helpful because normally when we are in everyday life, and typically when we're without some kind of a practice that teaches us this, we tend to get hijacked by our thoughts and feelings, or even what's going on physically, like maybe pain. But when I meditate and I observe regularly on a regular basis, then I start to see that I'm not the feelings, I'm not the body, I'm not my thoughts. And that really allows me to interact with them as I want to. So then I don't get carried away unnecessarily, but I can really choose how to interact. So tonight's meditation, we're going to focus on that, on really learning how to be an observer so that I can choose how to interact in the most beneficial way. So let's just start by just becoming comfortable wherever you're sitting. And start to take some nice deep breaths into the belly. And first, just observe your breathing. Observe the breath as it comes in, as it fills up your abdomen, and then observe it as it goes out. And again, breathe in. Observe it go down into the abdomen, feel it in the abdomen, and then observe the breath as it releases. So this is a first simple way of observation, to really step back and be the observer of something. Now, similarly, as we sit here, let's observe our physical body. What is our body feeling right now? So just become an observer of your body from head to toe and scan your entire body. Your arms, your fingers, your neck, your back. And just be an observer and just notice if there's anywhere in your physical body that's calling your attention right now, that needs some attention, that's maybe has some discomfort or tightness, and just observe that. And as your awareness is on that place, as you're observing it, check and see if there's something that is needed from you, the one observing, in relation to what you're feeling in the physical body. And allow it to have that. Maybe that part of the body needs some love. It needs assurance. It just needs to be felt. So just allow it to have that. And now in this meditative state. So we are choosing to focus on particular things. We're meditating on those things. And we're putting our mind in a particular direction. So now let's just observe our feelings. What are we feeling in this moment? So we're observing our feelings. We're not those feelings, but we're observing what are we feeling. And one of the beautiful things we can do as an observer is choose how we respond to something. So as we're observing our feelings right now, as we're meditating, we can choose to have acceptance of those feelings. So first step is observing. Second step is acceptance. And you can also give love. You can also give nurturing to what you're feeling. But again, as you're meditating and observing and watching what you're feeling, you're doing this from your place of power, because you're not confused with that the feelings are you, but you, the meditator, are observing your feelings. So this gives you the power to interact as much or as little as you want to. So this power of observation it's extremely liberating in this way. I'm not my feelings, I observe them and accept them. And now similarly, as we're focusing our attention and meditating on being the observer, you can become the observer of your thoughts also. And this is really powerful because sometimes our thoughts can really hijack us into believing that they're true, right? But we, as the one within who's observing, can choose how much or how little to entertain those thoughts. So let's just right now together meditate and observe whatever thoughts are coming and going. Maybe you have a very meditative thought, like I'm a peaceful soul, I'm a peaceful being. Or maybe some other thoughts are emerging. And maybe those are not the thoughts you want to have while you're trying to meditate. So in this state of the observer, you are the one who can now choose. How much do you want to interact with a thought? And how much do you want to change that thought? Or is there a thought you're having that you want to increase? So the first step is just being aware of what's happening in the mind. And once we're aware of what's happening, what's going on, and we observe it, we realize that we are not that thought because we're the one observing. So now we can choose what thought we want to have. So let's together in this moment take the same thought and meditate on the same thought and put our mind in a similar direction. So we are the one within choosing that thought. So let's have this thought that I am grateful for all the beautiful things in my life. I am grateful for all the beautiful things in my life. So let's consciously put that in our mind and now try to feel it as well. And one of the things that can help us to feel gratitude for all the beautiful things in our life is to bring those things into our mind. So just silently here, one by one, meditate on what are those things that you're really grateful for. What are those beautiful things that are supporting you? They could be really small things, or some of them might be big. But just think about those. And as you put consciously your attention on what you're grateful for, you'll start to feel that sense of gratitude. So let's take a minute in silence and just think about all those things that we're grateful for. So now that we spent that time thinking, consciously choosing to think about those things that are beautiful and that we have gratitude for in our life, now see what kind of feeling that came. Observe the feeling that created. Did it change your energy? Did it change your feeling? Where did that gratitude take you? To what vibrational level did it take you? So feel how your mind and what you choose to meditate on and think about, how that affects your feelings, how that affects your energy. And then also, if you noticed, or you can even notice now, how does it affect your physical body? So all of these things are very connected. What we think and what we feel, and the energy that's within us, and the energy we're creating, and the way that affects our physical body. So let's do another experiment like this. Let's focus our mind and let's meditate on some of the ways in which we want to put the energy of light and love out into the world. And let's meditate on a few practical ways and methods that we could do that even tonight when we end this meditation. What are some of the subtle and also physical ways that we can create light and love in the world as we walk and move around? So let's take a moment and meditate on that. So this is like a little bit of conscious planning of bringing more benevolence, right? And thinking about ways that we can give. And now, as a last experiment, let's, with our mind, hold this thought that I am a divine being, worthy of love and respect. So we'll hold this thought in our mind. I am a divine being, worthy of love and respect. Now notice as you think this, what does it do to your energy, to your body, to your feelings? Feel the shift. So this is the power of meditation, right? That our thought, it permeates into our energy field, transforms our feelings also. And as we carry that thought, or we think thoughts of this nature, very naturally we stay in a very loving space towards ourselves. We have a very kind relationship with the self, and naturally that creates good relationships with other people. So we did a lot in this, 10, 15 minutes of meditating. Basically, we learned that as an observer, I can watch my thoughts, watch my emotions. I can observe my body too. And that I don't have to engage with what's there or allow it to take over, but I can choose, to first just see it, accept it, and then what to do with it. Then I can choose if I want to engage or I want to disengage with those thoughts and feelings. And then I can actually actively create the thoughts. And through that process, through what I'm thinking about, I can create really good feelings and I can create good energy. And I can also create divine plans, or I can create, practical ways that I can go out and do things to bring more goodness in the world. So there's so many things we can do with meditation. There's so many benefits to meditating and taking this time to sit, be with ourselves, and really step back. And by stepping back, then being able to consciously create, consciously choose. So, wishing you all the best in your conscious creation. And on this channel, you can see so many different amazing aspects of what meditation can do to help transform the self, to uplift the self, and how ultimately that really impacts our world. So stay tuned on BK Miami Meditation for many more wonderful classes, and every day something new and something unique will be here for you.